Hello and welcome to another Every Tuesday tutorial. In this week's tutorial, in celebration of Mother's Day, which is coming up next week, we are going to be creating a watercolor hand-lettered greeting card all by hand. So we're DIYing this one this week. So what you see in front of you is all the materials that we're going to be using to create this greeting card. Once we begin lettering, I'm going to show you how I use masking fluid with a traditional paintbrush. So I have a paintbrush right here. This is a number 4 common round watercolor brush. I also have a cup of water, and this is actually a cup of dish soap. So this is Dawn dish soap. So this will help us put a protective layer on our bristles so we don't damage our paintbrush as we're working. This is the masking fluid that we're going to be using. This is Winsor & Newton, and it's colorless masking fluid. So just grab a jar of that. And then finally, for our watercolor, we're actually going to be using brush pens. So these are really fun to create some really nice texture with. So I have the Kuretake 36 brush pen pack, and these are all the pink that came with that pack, so we're going to be using those, and then a water brush in order to mix and blend all of those together. And then finally we'll add in our details using a Tombow Fudenosuke twin tip brush, and then putting in some final glitter details using a Jelly Roll pink glitter gel pen. So that's it for the materials. So I'm going to move all of this aside, and we're going to cut down our paper first so it's perfect for a greeting card, and then we'll move into designing our card. Okay, so I have my large 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper right here, so we're going to cut it down so it's perfect for a greeting card. So I'm going to show you my process for that. So I've got my ruler right here, and I'm just going to line it up kind of close to the top so I get it nice and straight. And then I'm going to mark off 5 inches right here, and then 10 inches right here. So once it's folded, we have 5 inches here, 5 inches here. And then what I do is I actually turn it, and I follow this down, and I measure 7 inches now over here going this way, and then 7 inches again. And then I can come back now, and following this line where my 7-inch mark is, I can line these marks up and then put in my other marks. So my 5 is right here, and I'm putting them right above that line because when we cut, we still need these little marks right here for our score mark and then our cut mark, and then 10 right here. Okay, so now I can grab my utility knife, and I'm just going to cut along this line where these 2 marks are right here for the 7-inch mark. Okay, and then I'm going to cut on this line right here for my 10-inch mark, and find it right here. Move your excess paper out of the way. And now this is my score mark, so I'm just going to line up these 2 marks right here. The way I make a score mark is I take my utility knife and I turn it around, and I use the back side to make my score mark. You can also use a pen. That doesn't work. That always works really well too. So I'm just going to come down one pass nice and hard, and that gives me my score mark without cutting through the paper. So now I can close up my utility knife. I'm going to erase away any extra marks that I see right here. All right, so now what I can do is I can just fold it in half right on that score mark, and that makes a nice clean straight crease. Okay. So now we can start designing our lettering. So since we're writing out the word mom that has 3 letters in it, we can center the O right in the middle of the card. That way everything feels a little more balanced in general. So I know that if I measure out right here, I'm going to make some really faint lines. So this is 7 inches wide, so half of that is 3.5. So I'm just going to put a light mark right there and a light mark down here. And then I can line these 2 up, and I know that my height right here is 5 inches, and half of that is 2.5. So this is my center point right here, that little mark. So I can erase away my top and my bottom marks. And I know that my O should be centered right on top of that mark. But whenever you're creating a layout, the kind of general rule of thumb as far as layout and design and the way things look or how they're perceived, you always want to kind of be a little above center whenever you're creating a layout. So even though this is my center mark, I'm just going to make my O just a little taller than it. So it's not perfectly in the center, but it's close. So I'm just going to rough in an O right here as a starting point for my mom, and put an M on this side, And whatever distance this is, that's kind of the distance that I want to put on this side. So it's nice and balanced. And now what you want to do is you want to actually erase the work that you just did, but you want to make it really faint so you can use it as a guide once you put your masking fluid on here. So I'm just going to lightly pass over my letters with the eraser so I can still kind of see them, but they're really, really faint. Okay, so now we're going to get into the masking fluid. So the trick for this, let me put this out of the way. All right, I have my masking fluid, I have my dish soap, my water, my paper towel, and my paintbrush. Let me set this out of the way for a second. So first you want to wet your paintbrush and dab it a little bit, and then you want to coat it with your dish soap. Let me open this first before I do that. Okay, so what you want to do is coat it really well with your dish soap right here. And then any excess you just want to kind of scrape off on the edge of your little cup. So this is going to be the protective layer on your bristles so they don't get all messed up. Because whenever masking fluid comes in contact with anything wet, that's when it gets really sticky and that's when you can really damage your bristles. So I've got that coating of the dish soap on my brush, and now I can bring in my card and I'm just going to dip into the masking fluid and then paint right over my guides here. And I tend to re-dip with every stroke because I want enough masking fluid where it's going to retain the white of the paper. I'm trying to avoid any color streaks showing up, though sometimes they do show up. So just a nice even coat. Okay, once you have your letters all set, close up your masking fluid, and then to get it off of your brush, you're just going to take your brush, put it in the middle of your paper towel, and squeeze it off. And then you should be all set. And then you want to wet your brush just to get it all nice and back to normal. And it shouldn't be sticky at all after you do that because the soap was already there and protecting all those bristles. So now that's all set. I'm going to let the masking fluid totally dry before I go in with the watercolor. That's really important. Okay, my masking fluid is totally dry now. It's a little tacky to the touch. And now we can start putting in our watercolor. So I've got my brush pens right here, and I've got my water brush, and then I've got my paper towel. I'm going to flip this around so I can still use it. All right, so what I do is I kind of work with my middle colors and then I bring in my really vibrant colors. So my most vibrant colors are my red and this hot pink. And just to add a little variety to the way the texture is going to look behind it, I'm going to keep my pink, my hot pink in the middle, and I'm going to keep my red on both sides. And then these colors I'm going to integrate throughout the entire piece. So I'm going to start with these colors first, and all I'm going to do is put little color blocks near the sides of the letters. And I'll use these to blend color later on. Okay, and now what you're going to do is take your water brush, give it a good squeeze, and you're going to blend in circular motions. So I'm just going to come in here and just make little circles and start blending all these little dots together. And every now and then, since I've got a lot of red going on right here, and once I start getting to the more lighter pink shades, the color builds up on the tip of your water brush, so you just want to rinse it off by giving it a squeeze and putting it on a paper towel, and then you can come in and then you can get more color variety because you're not mixing those super vibrant colors. So every time you get a lot of color on the end of your brush and you just feel like everything's starting to look the same, just rinse it off and then go back in. Okay, and now you're just going to let that fully dry, and then we can take the masking fluid off and add in our final details. Okay, now that it's all dry, in order to remove the masking fluid, you can just come in with your finger and get it started, and then you can kind of pick it up and pull it, and it'll pull right off. So now it's all nice and white, and if you see any of those remaining pencil lines from the very beginning, just go in with your stick eraser and just erase them away and do a quick cleanup of any areas that you can still see. But that looks pretty good. The masking fluid tends to pick it up too, so that kind of works as another eraser for you. So the last thing we need to do is add in some extra details. So I'm going to grab my Tombow Fudonosuke. I'm going to grab my dark end first, and then we're going to move to the gray end. And I'm just going to come in and put kind of a faux shadow in here. All right, and that'll kind of bring our white lettering forward a bit more, and then we're just going to add in a gray layer right next to the black layer, and that will emphasize that it's kind of lifting off the page. I also have a video on lettering enhancements that you can do, so if you'd like to try something different with yours, I have an entire video that has 10 different tricks or enhancements that anyone can do with adding more detail to their lettering. So I'll leave a link in the video description for that video. You can get some really good ideas from that. All right, so finally I'm just going to add in my final details with my pink glitter Jelly Roll gel pen, and I'm just going to put a heart, a couple of dots, another heart, and kind of come around and come through all of my letters like this. And finally, we're just going to add in some hatch marks, which are part of that 10 enhancements. And all you're going to do is keep the same angle, and you're just going to put a bunch of them in a row. So I'm just going to come down right here, nice and next to each other, and that'll just add to that depth even more, but also add in that extra sparkle, which I really like. And hopefully you can see that sparkle in action in the light. It's really pretty when the light hits it just right. Okay, and the last thing you need is just an envelope. This is an A7 envelope, and it fits any 5x7 folded card. So you can just pop it right in here and mail it off to your mom. So that's how to create a watercolor hand-lettered Mother's Day card all by hand, just using a few simple materials. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe, and don't forget to head on over to my site, every-tuesday.com, for a bunch of design and lettering tutorials and freebies. All the materials that were used in this video are right in the video description for your convenience. And for more artwork like this, be sure to check out my Instagram. My handle is @everytuesday. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.